Welcome, everyone, to our Monday morning experience at Namaste Village. And thank you for everyone joining us on YouTube later and right now in the Zoom room. Today's week is all about healing. And so Vicky's going to take us through many guests that will be speaking about healing. And I'd like to offer that I went through a healing in the hospital for 4 days. And what was really helpful was the community support here. We had Lisa, we had David, we had, uh, yes, our friends that all helped me in the hospital. But see, what this is, it's an attitude of gratitude for support. And this is what brings healing to whatever circumstances we are going through. And healing is really coming from faith. Jesus told us that we are healed by our faith alone, and we are actually healed through trust, trusting that all is well in truth, no matter what the body goes through. But really, what's going to come up this week, I'm sure, is that through community support, through prayer, we are praying and remembering who we truly are. And this prayer offers compassion, it offers care, and it offers comfort to everyone who's involved. So thank you, everyone, for joining us this week. And Vicki, thank you for hosting our week this week.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you very much. And thanks to you and Robbie. And I want to say happy Father's Day to all of the fathers that may be in our extended family here, not just physical fathers, but fathers that shepherd and that guide and that help protect and help in every way that we think of as a father. And of course, there's no father and no mother God. It's one creator, but we identify these aspects of femininity and masculinity. But it's good to recognize that there is one creator and one love that takes that form of the father's love and the mother's love. And to Brother James, he's on vacation, not on vacation. He's on a retreat this week with his Franciscan brothers in the States. And so we bless you, Brother James. And I wanted to give you, so I thought perhaps this week would be a wonderful week to celebrate healing and to celebrate it by demonstrations, by our own example, one to another, of how coming into the remembrance of who we are as the love of God, by letting ourselves be loved and letting all of those ideas that we held and beliefs about being a body dissolve around us, through us, remembering that we're never healed alone, that when one of us is healed, it is an entirety. We are all healed. And that's why this is the time of awakening, because it's the time of healing who we think we are, that we're not these little separate bodies, but that we are love. We are souls, we are spirit, and that it is our gift in time to bring that into full awareness and full consciousness. So we do that in everything we do. Healing isn't just about physical symptoms of sickness. Healing is about relationships of all kinds. But it's the reestablishment of our identity as souls and as spirit, as love and as light. And using our bodies as instruments of giving, instruments of loving, and recognizing, because we are one, when any one of us is healed, it wholly affects the entire sonship, the entire of creation, the entirety of creation. And I do want to tell you that our sister Linda was moved this weekend from a month being in ICU into a step-down unit, acute care unit, which is actually wondrous. And on the phone with me, she gave a long prayer. It was the first time she was able to speak, and she was coherent, and she had the strength to speak and understood everything she said. So Chris, what you were saying, it's another witness to the recognition and the power of prayer. Prayer meaning that we open up to the truth of who we are. We never fall into the misbelief that we're victims. That's what we talked about last week. We are invulnerable because we are light and love. Not that the body becomes our instrument of giving rather than our instrument of thinking who we are, of believing we are these separate entities, these separate bodies. So the power of prayer I thank you, and Linda thanks all of you too. And I wouldn't be surprised if we hear her maybe one day and she might just drop in. We'll see how and when that happens as the greater plan unfolds. And so today, though, I'm very excited to bring you a guest, a new brother that I don't really know very well. But, there's a wonderful line in the Course. Some of you will remember. It says, we cannot teach revelation directly, but revelation leaves a light in our eyes. And that we give to everyone. And the way I know our brother that I want to introduce you today, Ruben, is I saw the light in his eyes, even with his glasses on. I saw the light and I felt the light in his being and the activation and the excitement of truth, of holiness, of happiness, of love and joy without opposite. That's an experience of healing. So I have invited Ruben, and this will be for the first time for me as well. I don't know his direct experience. I am as excited as you guys are to hear it because each example is always our own. Remember, sickness is nothing but a call for help. That's it. And we are called to answer every call for help because it's always our own. It's not somebody else's. There aren't really others. There's the one creation that we share in. We are individual souls awakening to that reality. But healing is the remembrance of who we are and the letting of those ideas of being bodies that are victims of disease and medicine and doctors and all the rest of it. Just simply let it go. You don't have to fight it. You don't have to figure it out. Just come into the truth through prayer, through joining, through will. And, it's easier to say that than to say, don't judge, don't blame, or whatever. It's you let all of that simply be, and together we stay in the truth together. So before I say any more, I want to introduce Ruben and give him time to speak and then see where that leads us. So I love you all. I see Hope is in this hot seat today with Chris. That's good. So we'll just let it flow. This is the Holy Spirit's time, not ours. We are just here to let ourselves be loved and led, like Judy's prayer this morning, to be led like in a river. The current takes us. We don't have to figure it out. Okay, Brother Ruben, please go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can you hear me very well or not?
Very well.
Good. So I'm going to share my journey. Now I can say that I live and move in my Father's spirit and my Father's mind. And I can say I don't have a mind in my own. And his mind is my mind, his spirit is my spirit. So it is very obvious for me now that all the power the body has, the physical body has, come from the mind. Drop the body and go to the mind. Being there for a few years, I realized all the power the mind has come from the spirit. Drop the mind, go to the spirit. So I put all my attention on the spirit. From, I can say, I start to put my attention in the spirit in 2005. 2005 to now. So from 2005 to now, from 2005 to 2020, my life was full of miracles every day because I chose the spirit. I was in a total darkness before 2005. I was so angry with God. I was in depression. I didn't know how to find my way out. Somebody asked me in the middle of the darkness, Ruben, are you a body with a spirit? Or are you a spirit with a body? And I was like, wow, well, I think I am. I am a spirit. I say, I am a spirit. I am a spirit. I am a spirit. And I felt something. It was coming out of the darkness to embrace the light. One simple thought, I am a spirit, against all these thoughts of darkness. And I was very clear with the spirit, I do not know you, but it feels so good. And I want to know you. And before that, I was in the darkness because in 1993, I was diagnosed. I was having a good life. And before that, I mean, in reality, my journey started when I was 25. I had two daughters. I got married when I was 19. So my daughter asked me, the oldest daughter, she was 5 years old, and she asked me about God. She asked me about Jesus, and I didn't know anything about it. I say, if I don't see it, before that, if I don't see it, I do not believe it. It was very obvious. I don't see God. I do not believe in God. I don't believe in Jesus because I don't see Jesus. But it was my daughter asking me. So I had to go and look for it. I asked my parents, I asked whoever. Nope, I couldn't find a good answer. I went to the Bible, and that led me to the Mormon church. I end up in the Mormon church. I get baptized, but same thing. I start question. At the age of 32, 33, I had enough of the Mormon church. I was 33 when doctors find something in me, in my body. Ruben, you have HIV. I was married. I had 3 daughters. I didn't know anything about HIV. 1994, 1993. I start to see the news. HIV was killing everybody. We didn't have medicine for HIV. I didn't do nothing. HIV became AIDS. AIDS brought all his friends, cancer, pneumonia. It took everything. My family got destroyed. Of course, my wife was a Mormon. My daughter, they were Mormon. They chose the church. Ruben stayed by himself. Time. Since he was 25, started looking for Jesus. So during that time, I was dying. Everybody was dying. So I remember my last days. I was sleeping in the bathroom, throwing up, fever, chills, diarrhea. I was in my last days. Doctor told me many times, Ruben, get ready. Yes. But I never gave up. I wanted to have the power till I got tired. I was so tired that I remember being in the bathroom, throwing up. Father, I'm so tired. I am tired. What about your family? They're no longer here. What about your dreams? What's the point to have dreams if I don't have a body? What do you want, Ruben? I just want to be with you. I just want peace. I just want peace. I just want to rest with you. And something's happened when I say those words. The Spirit of God embraced me deep inside. Deep inside, I was able to feel that peace that only He knows how to. I was able to get out of the bathroom, go back to a corner on the bed, and rest. For the first time, I was able to sleep 10 hours straight. The following day, somebody knocked on my door. It was my father, my physical father. I mean, he had muscular dystrophy disease. He never went to my house till that day. He was on his wheelchair, knocking on the door. How you doing, son? I said, Father, I'm dying. I am in my last days. And my father said to me, Ruben, you're dying. Let me take you back home. Because your wife is not here, your daughter, they're not here. Let me take you back home. That way you can die with us. And my father and my brothers and sisters, they took me back home. They put an extra bed with my father. So they were attending my father and they were attending me. Love without conditions. Of course, AIDS keep growing and growing. Cancer keep growing and growing. So they took me to the hospital. And finally, medicine started working on me. And that love unconditional from my father to me, my brothers and my sister from them to me, the doctors and nurses, their love from them to me brought me back. So I didn't understand why I didn't die. So in 2005, I had that great awakening. The person that asked me, Ruben, are you a body with the spirit? Or spirit with I am a spirit. So because the spirit, I start to ask him why I didn't die. Because you are not the body. Because you are a spirit. And remember, Ruben, the moment you were throwing up, you clear up your mind. You let it go, everything. It was just you, the pure you, asking for help to the spirit, to the truth in you. That's the reason that your body got healed. That your body is nothing wrong with your body. It's your mind. Remember that you are a spirit. It is true with the mind. And the body is just a thought in your mind. So we're going to start healing your mind. That was in 2005. And we start healing the mind all the time. My focus was in the mind and in the spirit. Forget about the body. Forget about the body. I was so immersed in that truth. And I was like, wow. Miracles start to show up. I am a spirit. I am a spirit. And from that place, I was able to talk to my wife. I recovered my wife. I recovered my daughters. I recovered everything what I lost. Everything come back to me. But I wasn't able to go back to them because I am a spirit. And I just have to keep going. I found a beautiful person here in Nashville, Tennessee. And we got together. Unconditional love. I talked to my wife. I talked to my daughters. I cannot go back to you. I found somebody here. My wife and I still married. We never got a divorce because she is in love with the church. So she had everything in her church. I don't need nothing else than my father. There's no point for me to get a divorce. Anyway, because of the spirit, I was able to deal with everything, start healing the mind. One of the first tests, my older brother, I carried resentment to my older brother for more than 40 years. I had to forgive him. So knowing that I am a thought in God's mind, knowing that I live and move in my father's mind, I grab my brother in my mind. My brother is just a thought in my mind. And I talk to him. And I ask for forgiveness to him in my mind. Later on, I was able to see him in person. And I told my brother, hey, You know that I grew up hating you. I carry this resentment to you. Yes, I know. I know that you have something towards me. I didn't know why. You are my little brother, Ruben. I've always respect you. I know you're a little weird, but I had to let you go. But I always love you. I didn't know that he had those feelings towards me. You know, I realized that I built up all this wall against my brother. I was the one to separate myself from my brother. My brother was always there. Anyway, that day I was able to open the gates of love, unconditional love, and go into the door with my brother at night. We become one at that moment. I use that example with my mother-in-law. Same thing. I grab my mother-in-law on my mind, and I respect her and I love her there. Years later, I was able to see her in the physical. Same thing. She was able to embrace me. Same thing. I built all these walls against my mother-in-law. That day, I walk towards love again with my mother-in-law on my side. Same thing. I carry an addiction for more than 40 years. When this addiction started? When I was 5 years old. It's a thought. It is a thought that I built up. I was feeding this thought, become a believer. I really thought. I mean, this addiction drove me crazy till I had to say, hey, I am the mind with the spirit, and you're just a thought in my mind. I had to let you go. We are love. There is no separation between you and I. Thank you for all the service. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and let it go. And I just keep going, applying all this forgiveness to everything till my daughter, the one that asked me about Jesus, she was 33 when they found a big tumor on her brain. And I'm like, Father, now my daughter, Ruben, we're healing the mind. She's just a thought in your mind. I got her again. I talked to my daughter, who is there with you? My mother, my sisters, her husbands, all the kids. You live in an apartment with 2 bedrooms. I say, I cannot be there physically. I need to be with my Father at all times, and you're going to be with me at all times. Are you in fear? Yes. Do not be in fear, because that tumor is just a thought in your mind. That tumor needs love. We're going to give love to that tumor. So forget about the tumor and embrace whatever happening with love. Don't worry about the body. Doctors are there. Don't worry about the bills. Mama and Papa are there, and the brothers and sisters. They're there to help you. To just stay with me. Stay in the light. Stay in the place where Judy was talking about. There are no thoughts, no beliefs, just the truth. Stay there. She got healed. She got healed. 4 years ago, cancer hit me again in my own experience. 4 years ago. Phase 4. I knew it. But this time cancer hit me, but fear never appeared. Never. Love was there at all times. And I told myself, thank you, Father. We're healing the mind. We're healing the mind. I just needed this to be totally with you. That was 4 years ago. We went through all the treatments, talking to my cells at all times, talking to the blood, talking to my organs. Hey, remember that you are a spirit with the mind. In your heart or your liver, you are more than that. You are a spirit with a mind. Every cell, every organ was able to hear the truth. So knowing the truth of who we are and sharing with all of you, sharing it with all our thoughts, everybody can feel it, can hear. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, because that's what my organ saw on me. We can see the light in you, Ruben. Every cell of my body, we can see the light in you. I was able to see the light in Jesus. I was able to see the light in the truth. I'm able to see the light in Course in Miracles. And I'm able to see the light in each of you. So we are more than just this body. We are a spirit. We are children of God. We are children of the light. And nothing can touch us. I just need to keep my attention in my Father and the truth at all times. And I'm like, what is next for me, Father? Because miracle stop. I'm not longer have miracles. They're no longer necessary because I know the truth. Miracles are not necessary. Course of Miracles books, none of that stuff are not necessary. I do not hold in my mind. I don't have a mind. God's mind is my mind. I don't have another thought that God is everything in me. I can see God in my daughters. I can see God in my wife. I can see God in everything, in the dog. I'm just talking to God at all times. This dialogue never ends. So I can say, Linda, you are in good hands, Linda. It is necessary to purify all these thoughts. You're just being purified. So remember, Linda, that we are more than just these bodies. We are more than the mind. We are one with everything. Every cell in us are one. And I'm complete, totally complete. Thank you for this space. Thank you. Namaste
Thank
Village.
you, Ruben. Thank you so much, Ruben. Thank you for sharing your heart and your mind. And thank you because when you are healed, we join you in that. Dia's back in the room today too. Dia just went through a hospitalization and surgery, and she didn't even have to go to rehab. She went home today, just now. So thank you, everyone. And I see Hope is there, and I know time is up. But Hope, if you have one little thing you'd like to say, please go ahead. And thank you, Ruben. Go ahead.
Okay, well, healing for me is a shift. It's just a shift from fear to love, right? The body isn't really here, and the body isn't the only manifestation that reflects healing, healed or unhealed. Basically, any kind of sickness, whether it be in a relationship, some kind of conflict, anything like that, it's all a sign that something needs to be purified, just like Ruben was saying. And, purification only takes forgiveness. What is forgiveness? Forgiveness is what I thought happened didn't happen. The sickness I seem to see isn't here. That induces miracles. What is a miracle? A miracle establishes that I'm dreaming a dream and nothing in it is true. Okay. And then that induces healing, which is the shift from fear to love. Manifestation of that is perfect vitality. So hooray, everyone.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Hope. Thank you, Chris. I want to remind you, 3:15, if you can come to the 50-day, we have the 50-day party ongoing, and we're in the beginning phase of really just dislodging from believing in our thoughts as bodies. That's what's happening in these few weeks right now. And Chris, did you want to say something?
I'd like to end with only love, only God, only now. Yay. So here we go. Only love, only God, only now. Yay. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you, everyone.